Summer Kickoff 6. Mac Challenges Series. Thumbs, hands, don't move, go! Don't move, go! Go! Don't move, go! Steel on skin, chalk in the air. Step to the table if you really dare. Call your match, pick your hand. Only one leaves, you're the winner. Pressure hits when the crowd gets loud. No backing down when you're in this crowd. Built from pain, grip don't slip. All gas, no brakes. Enter the pen. Heartbeat pounding, no escape. Thumbs, hands, don't move, go! Don't move, go! Go! Hear that summer kickoff 6 ticks. Break 'em down with the wrist and twist. Let's hit a coward licks. Only the strong survive. Pins don't lie, make it quick.
Welcome to another episode of Collaborate and Pull Together, a podcast where we highlight all things positive on and off the table. And in this series, we are bringing on some of the athletes from the Summer Kickoff 6 Mac Challenger Series. Tonight on screen, joining with me, returning back to the screen, is Adam Hndz of No Team Arm Wrestling from Puerto Rico, and Winston McLymont, who been a part of this fairly recently and is making a return to the table. Welcome, gentlemen.
What's up?
Welcome, welcome. So before we get into anything, I just want to say thank you, gentlemen, for spending this Thursday evening to be with us. We got a lot of ground to cover, a lot to talk about, some brand new updates to show, some things to display and talk about. But before we get into all the nitty-gritty of the Summer Kickoff 6 that's coming up, I want to learn a little bit, I want our audience to learn a little bit about you gentlemen. So we're going to start off with you, Winston. Winston, how long have you been arm wrestling for?
I've been arm wrestling for now probably about 14 months.
Okay, 14 months and your second super match on a Mac Challenger Series. That's amazing. Technically a third if you think about it. Okay, what got you into the sport?
So I've been watching arm wrestling since I was probably around 11 or 12 years old, 5th or 6th grade. And back then I remember watching the WAL and on YouTube. And that was like, I was so interested, but I was like, whatever, arm wrestling. And then it would just keep reappearing every year from then until probably about high school. So a few years of like watching and following, but like, you know, with no substance there really. And then once I hit high school, I'd say I started to love arm wrestling. It just took off.
Awesome, man. So where do you train out of now?
So now I train out of the pit. And
nice.
Yeah.
And you've been doing some arm wrestling out of state too, because you're originally from New York, but you're representing, and you're originally training in the pit, but you're representing another location, which I'm a little certain way about, man. But it's okay. I get it. But tell us a little bit about who and where you're representing.
So my senior year of college, so I went to Ohio State University, and my senior year of college, my final semester, I'd been watching arm wrestling all throughout college. I'd been obsessed. I'd even dabbled in training with weights a little bit in some arm wrestling specific lifts. And I thought, this is cool. Build up my forearms. Like maybe someday I'll get into it. And that final semester, I was scrolling through the clubs on the website, and I just said, whatever, let's just try this. I searched up arm wrestling. And something actually came up. I was like, what? This was not here before. And I was right. It wasn't there before. It just popped up maybe 2 months prior. And there was an arm wrestling club meeting. And I went, and the rest was history. There were so many people. it was amazing. It was an amazing experience.
That's awesome, man. Well, the sport's really glad to have it. And you got some love in the chat coming from Alexis. He says you're getting good real quick too, which is true. You're a fast learner. You're a quick study. You definitely have picked up several different lanes. I wouldn't say one is the strongest suit as of yet. I've seen you operate fairly well in all of them. So, and, I'm looking forward to your success in the sport overall, but more so, at my event coming up. Let's switch gears before we get to you, Adam. I wanted to shout out the people in the chat. We got Lucky Ones in the chat. What's up, Lucky? We got Jody Williams. What's up, Jody? In about, 16 days? Yeah, 16 days, and be hanging out with that man, Jody, in Ohio. Speaking of Ohio, it's going to be the national event. I'm hanging out with him, and Alexis is going to be joining us. And thank you guys for being in the chat, guys. So, now, Adam, this isn't your first time at the show. This is like you've been here a few times, so it's a pleasure to have you back. Thank you.
Thank you.
For those who are just meeting Adam for the first time, Adam, tell the community where you started arm wrestling, how long you've been in it, and we'll go from there.
First of all, Dan, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to having me here and having me and my Puerto Rican fellas in your event. We're really proud to represent Puerto Rico over there. So I've been on wrestling maybe close to 5 years, 6 years probably, but the first 3 years I wasn't taking the sport, that serious. It was more like a hobby, the free times. So during the pandemic, I was, as everybody, like bored at home, watching videos, YouTube, and I started seeing the wall and stuff. And I got interested, so I went to the Armbet application and started searching for arm wrestler closer here in the island. And I see Carly, I see another guy from Florida here, from Florida municipality here. His name is Julio, and I start chatting with them. Like I'm trying to, get in the practice and stuff and learn. So my first practice was at Eric in the Arm Warriors Club in Florida. So that's basically how it started. But like I said, the first 3 years, it wasn't that serious, just more like a hobby. Doing so many things wrong, in my opinion, when I see it now. So now this last 3 years, I've been taking the sport more serious, training better. I'm doing everything better and more precise.
That's around the same time you and Garcia created No Team Arm Wrestling, right?
Actually, we created the team like 4 years ago now.
Okay.
But yeah, we were the first to start this new team.
Tell me a little bit about what started that, why the name No Team Arm Wrestling.
It's funny, Dan, because me and Francisco, we were in another team. And I don't know, we wasn't feeling like good with the with the group and stuff. And we was one day at my home like speaking about, man, we should do a new team, start from zero, from scratch, get some new people and stuff. And I really can't remember why, but we came with the No Team, and that was it.
It's very catchy because a lot of people they get this loyalty to a specific name or title, but when you have no team, you're just there as a brotherhood. You're there for the sport. You're here to help to build the sport. That's the energy that I see from all your videos and all the outings that you guys go all over the place. You guys have been to Wisconsin. You guys have been to Mexico, Florida. I've seen you all over, and you bring the same energy consistently across the board. And it's like, no, we're here to build up arm wrestling. You don't need a team necessarily or a team name to do so. You can just be part of no team. I love it.
Correct. And now I remember the no team was because we want to like have our team, but at the same time, like train with the other clubs around the island. That was it. Now I remember.
Oh, it makes a stronger camaraderie, I think, stronger brotherhood, in my
Correct.
opinion.
Correct.
Mm.
Correct. You have more people to train different styles. So that was the point of the name of our team.
Well, if anybody who's watching needs to follow these guys, No Team Arm Wrestling League, go ahead, scan that QR code. They'll take you to their Facebook page. These guys have been all over the place. I love the energy they have. And yes, Hector, we're talk about that. Hector Beltran's in the chat. What's up, brother? We'll talk about Mexico a little bit.
Yep.
But all right. So, gentlemen, what do you? So I know, Winston, you know a lot about your opponent because he's actually one of your training partners. Somebody whom you've trained up with, and you guys won match of the night at the last MAC Challenger Series. Both arms were battle royales. They were grinders. And being as new as you gentlemen are, I think you floored the room with how much experience you displayed, because you guys literally went into every single lane possible, I think, on the table. And we awarded you a version similar to this. This one's a little bit of a nicer model version of this. This is going to be what the match of the night for the super matches are going to be getting, and the match of the night for the tournament's going to be getting. Because I don't know if you can see, but it's quite a gnarly looking hand that looks like it's been through hell, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's got some good color to it. It's going to be a great addition to any trophy shelf. So tell me, what have you been doing differently to change this outcome, Winston?
So the last time, I don't think my training was fully dialed in. I didn't get to do table time as much as I wanted to. I had, some injuries on my right, and then my left just I felt strong on my left, but I didn't feel very confident with it. And so I wasn't training even with weights like I was confident. I wasn't maxing out properly. I wasn't nothing was really great. My right, I couldn't even really rise. I had some severe pain, but I still managed to pull out the win. Controversial it may have been, but I still pulled out the win. This time, I think the training went honestly like perfectly. It's been going perfectly, and it'll continue to go perfectly. I think I got a great amount of table time between last time and now, and I think I built up all the weaknesses I had on my right, especially. I think there were so many holes, and now I think the gap between my right and left has closed a little bit. Before I felt as though, so my right's primarily a top row, my left's primarily a hook, and I think that gap has closed, whereas before I felt my left was significantly better. But now I think
that's awesome. That's awesome to hear. I know your opponent has kind of gone ghost mode with his training. He's going kind of flying under the radar. So I'm not sure what version of him we're going to be getting, but I know, every time he seems to disappear for a little while, come back, he comes back a little stronger. So that's that's exciting. And to Lucky's point, a win is a win. You earned it, right? Either way, whether there's controversy or not, at the end of the day, the official viewed you as the winner because there was no other way to do it.
It was interesting because at the end, I told him, I was like, we have to have a rematch because of that. And so it's great that we get to have it so soon.
Oh, it was a no-brainer. I wanted to see this. Like, there's some unfinished business here in the little Long Island rivalry. Definitely some unfinished business. Now, we're going to switch over to Adam. Adam, you've had some good success here at the pit. You've been actually at the Summer Kickoff, previous Summer Kickoff events, and you've had some good super matches here. You are facing an opponent that you've never faced before, and admittedly, you don't know too much about, but there's some footage out there. What do you think is going to be the biggest challenge for you?
Actually, Dan, to be honest with you, I'm training so hard, and I'm going there like in my best shape ever, in my opinion. So it doesn't matter. I'm going there to win. I don't care his style. I don't care what he do. I just been focusing on my training. Um, getting better on those positions that maybe I was weaker before. Um, so I will be very tough to beat that day. I'm gonna
Okay.
tell you that right now.
Listen, Alexa says that the guys from Puerto Rico are coming in dangerous year. Everybody who's coming up has leveled up tremendously since the last time, and the new ones are just natural freaks of nature. So, I gotta say, my first time down in Puerto Rico, I saw the fire in each and every one of your eyes. It just, you guys didn't quite understand the sport as well. I mean, you guys were arm wrestling, you guys were strong, but the technical side, I felt like that you guys need to, get more experience under your belt. And you did. You guys got out there. Like I said earlier, No Team Arm Wrestling has been traveling all over the place, collecting information and bringing it back home and sharing said information. And I'm
Mhm.
watching the practices. I'm seeing the technique elevate, and I'm really excited to put Puerto Rico on display for two reasons. One, because I've actually watched it from when we came with Devin and we did that seminar, grow to what it is today. But also, even more so, it's part of my fingerprint. I'm half Puerto Rican, so I have a lot of pride to be able to bring an opportunity. And I just found out we have a ninth Puerto Rican coming out as well. So we got a total of 9 Puerto Ricans going to tear it up here in the pit for the Summer Kickoff event, and they're from all over the island, all of
You
them. Which
better have security, Dan. You better have security over there.
I think arm wrestlers are self-governing. We're pretty good at self-governing and taking care of business. So now, have you done research on JJ Rodriguez?
Actually, I saw like few videos of him. I saw like he's a hook puller, but I really don't have like much details about him or how strong he is. Just like I said, I'm just doing my work, and my training has been sharp. My training partners, they on the table, they feel me stronger, with more hand control. So I've been doing, everything in my power to win this match, and that's it.
I love it, and I love the energy. I think that that's going to present one of the biggest and best opportunities for you. Um, Now, I wanted to highlight. I don't know if anyone has seen it this last week, but we have the jerseys. The jerseys here are actually for pre-sale now, and for $25, you can secure one to be picked up at the event. Now, if you don't want to secure one, they will be available at the event. But I got some people already messaging me on how to get one of these jerseys. Just go ahead and message me on Facebook, Instagram, or even on YouTube, and I'll send me your email, and I'll reach out to you independently. Or if you have my number, please feel free to hit me up on the text message. These jerseys are fire. I spoke with JJ. They are coming in real soon. I got to see them, a video of them. They look great, just as you see them here in the images here. They're just as amazing. So please let me know if anybody wants to purchase one or pick one up. Get a pre-order. I might be extending that pre-order sale, which is very exciting to do. Also, the award for the super matches. This is actually this one right here. It's got a wire because, as you can see, it lights up. This one, though, is actually a model version of what's actually to come. What's to come is probably going to be closer to this height. So it's going to be even bigger. So I'm sorry if you have to travel within your suitcase, make sure you bring some extra socks or something to protect it, because it's going to be a big thing. And it's going to have an LED light that you can adjust the different lighting settings to it. I think you can make it blink and pulsate type of deal. So it's kind of cool. You're able to hang it up or stand it upright. This is definitely an amazing award that you will be able to earn if you win your super match.
That's the
Grip Deck, who is one of the event partners, is also providing custom-made grip decks. I don't have. Oh, I do have one. Custom-made grip decks that are going to be similar concept to this, but it's actually going to be a left and right one, so you can universally use it for both hands. It's going to have a grip on it as well, and it's going to be gold with Summer Kickoff branding and Mac branding on it. So it's going to be unique to the event if you win the match. We will also have raffles in regards to that. One of the things that are going to be raffling, I just got my own today, but Zach will be bringing some more. And you guys are going to be literally seeing it straight out of the packaging. I watched this gentleman pack it up live for me. And the fact that I got it today, it's freaking awesome. And I get to do an unboxing. So Zach, much love to you. Much appreciation. Let me see. I'm going to throw your website on the screen. Where are you? There you are. Grip Deck. It's on Etsy. It's also on TikTok. TikTok actually gives you a better opportunity. But this is called the Monster Bracket. It's a 3D printed bracket. And the one thing that's different about this than other brackets, so a lot of brackets, you got to unscrew them. I don't know if you guys have seen that, and you got to mess around with it. You lose the screw and you're done, right? Mm-hmm. This thing is apparently a pressure. Wow, pressure comes out real easy.
Wow.
But it's angled in a position where now if you put it in there, it's pretty solid. Wow. I'm actually really impressed at how that feels. I'm looking forward to putting it to work and putting it to the test, but it's the Monster, because it's shaped like an it is the Monster handle, and you're able to put all handles on this. So I'm going to be using this with all my different handles that I have. So we're going to have something like this to raffle off. In addition to that, to raffling that off, so Zach went ahead and built out a couple of different things, and one of them he calls it his B stock. I think he saw himself short with that. I personally love the colors. I don't know about you guys, but I call this the thumb killer. He calls it the GD Micro. But this one is two different colors. It's got dual color. I love it. These will be raffled off as well. I have about 5 of them, so we'll have 5 chances to raffle them off. I'm not going to use it too much, so that way it'll still be just as good as new. It comes with an extra strap, or extra band rather, so if you need to up the resistance, feel free to do so. But let's talk a little bit more about the people who are coming up that you know, Winston. Is there a match that you know that's coming up that you're excited for?
There are a few. So I think Conrad's match.
Ooh, that's going to be a good one.
I think that's going to be great.
That's going to be a great match.
Obviously, everyone's hyped about, Paul.
I heard that kid is a weapon.
That kid is a weapon. You're not joking. You're not underestimating him by calling him a weapon. He's most certainly a weapon.
Mm-hmm. I see a few super match, and he's like smoking everyone.
I mean, he had a great match against Brian Malik. That was one of his most recent ones. Brian Malik was a strong favorite, except for the people who knew Conrad. And I was a very, very firm believer that Conrad actually had what it took to take on Malik. Malik's kind of hungry, I think, for a rematch with him to kind of set the record straight. So maybe after this one, we might see that. But Jeff, his opponent, is no slouch.
Yeah.
No slouch whatsoever. Jeff, I mean, he's ranked for a reason. He's in the top, I think he's in the top 20 on In the Hook rankings. And he's one of Florida's best. You know, I think Florida has two that are in the top. George Whitfield and Jeff. Depending on how the match goes with Jeff.
I know Jeff. Jeff is really strong.
Yeah. You met him, right? You met him before.
Yeah, I went to the King of Florida like 2 years ago, and they came here in Puerto Rico and they had super matches here as well.
Okay. That's right. That's right. I remember that. That was a great good time with them. I bet you had a lot of fun, and they did as well.
Yep.
We got Ray Romanowski in the chat. What's up, man? So Ray's got the opening match. Originally, it was going to be Winston, but Ray is reffing, and so that way he can focus on reffing and focus on his match. We're giving him the opening match, and then he's going to be reffing the event with Ian Carnegie. And it's going to be a MAC table, MAC rules. So, as it is a MAC Challenger Series. If you hear me wrestling around, I'm wrestling around for a very good reason. You guys will see in a few minutes why. Because this is something that nobody has seen. Nobody has seen yet. And what it's for, I haven't even not announced it. I teased it last week, but I'm going to actually put it into play this week. And it's going to be something we talk about every week leading up to the event. Now, what about you, Adam? What match excites you the most?
Well, beside the main event, which is Paul Cruz and the other guy, which was on the East versus West stage, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's gonna be crazy. But beside that, I just want to see my guys. For example, Francisco. I want to see that match between what is his name? Can you remind me?
Andrew,
which is pretty solid. I know that. I will also want to see Sadiel with he. I think he never has been in New York and competing over there. So, and he's really, really strong right now. So I wanted to see that as well. Those are basically my favorite match.
so Sadiel is facing Zach Lee, left-handed, and Zach Lee is an absolute monster. He doesn't look at he's not a very intimidating looking individual at the table, but anybody who knows him knows that he's the strap master. He knows how to manipulate the strap in a very, very strong fashion. He's very versatile with his left, very strong, a lot of power. And I know Sadiel is insanely strong. He's a freaking bulldog at the
his
table.
left is ridiculous. Lately, his left is like it's
Next
crazy. It's crazy.
Which excites the hell out of me to see what's going to happen with that match. I think that's going to be a great match. But then I'm not selling the other match short either, though, because Aiden LeMay, who is one of, I think, the top guys at 176, 185 range in the Northeast. I think that he is one of the top dudes, from New York up. I think that's going to be an amazing match as well. So he's taking on Sadiel right-handed. I'm looking forward to that one because I think that one's going to be telling for a lot of people. It's going to answer a lot of questions and set up possible other matches down the road. because, you know, we talked about Jeff, we talked about Conrad, we talked about Sadiel, we talked about Aiden and Zach, all these three of these guys, all of them. They can all be great matches interchangeably, right?
Yep.
I hope to see them all in the tournament, because that would be an amazing battle royale. I know they're going to be probably worn out from the matches, but I'm hopeful that we're going to get to see them in the tournament too. You know, because the tournament, for those of you who are just tuning in, we're going to be having a tournament after the 22 super matches. Excuse me. And they're going to be, it's going to be a no elimination tournament, which is kind of like a modified round robin. So let's say you have 8 people in the class. Every person pulls every person in that class. So you're not going to go 0-2. You're not going to have to worry about traveling so far away or spending money on tolls or a hotel and then going 0-2. You get to pull everyone in your class. So at the end of the day, the most pins wins. And it's not just the most pins, it's the most clean pins. So if you don't have any fouls on you, you get the maximum amount of points. Plus, you know, if you flash pin and have 0 fouls. Now, if you have fouls and you have a win, it reduces the number of points. You still get points, but it reduces the number of points. So somebody might be able to get cleaner pins less times, but those pins count for more for them. So this is all about strategy at the end of the day, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping that each and every person who comes out is coming out ready to show and display themselves, because not only is it a MAC Challenger Series, but it's also going to be an event where Team Arm Wrestling Federation will be viewing and they're watching the event. They will be keeping an eye, scouting pretty much for talent to be drafted into the pool for the next Team Arm Wrestling Federation event, as well as future ones, because we're going to have more teams being built with this organization. And if you're a shining star, your name is going to be put into their radar. So this is something to be considering. Jason Constantini is going to be there helping me running the tournament. So he's going to be the guy who created Team Arm Wrestling Federation, will be present in the building watching every match closely too, because we're trying to build something big here. And this is just, I don't consider myself the highest prestigious level of arm wrestling, but I'm going to help each and every one of you guys who are putting your elbows down on the table I'm presenting to get there. With that being said, 2 out of the 22 super matches are going to be winning a lottery winning of from Ascended Arm Fights, Jerry Romano. Big shout out to him. He is sponsoring a $250 travel voucher for 2 lucky winners. So, Wilson, you might have a ticket waiting for you to go to the next MAC numbered event, the pay-per-view event, to be a part of the card. Same thing with you, Adam. So
Wow.
this is kind of cool. You have a unique opportunity here to help grow yourself as an athlete and grow yourself, your own team as well, where you're coming from and whatnot. I mean, the other side of that is behind the scenes who's helping me run the event. The Natty Bros will be there and present, and they're going to be doing interviews, behind the scenes footage, capturing all of this and getting to know you. And we have a space right behind me where these interviews can happen, where, during the event and different parts of the event type of deal. So you can have a really exclusive opportunity to tell your story. It's a lot. There's a lot going on for this weekend. We have catering company coming in with a 30-foot restaurant on wheels that's going to be offering a menu of food. Super match athletes are for free. They're not going to be paying a dime. You guys get to eat. Anybody who's pulling the tournament has a 50% discount, and all other people, families and spectators, will be paying full price. We're also going to have carnival style games that you can pay to play. It's only going to be like $1 or $2 type of deal to play, but it's going to be a fun thing. So if you have families that want to come, it's a family friendly event. And, not only is there's not going to be just the Team Arm Wrestling Federation scouting talent, there's going to be other entities and other organizations which they'll make themselves known at the event that they're watching one of you guys to be part of their team. That's the other thing that I wanted to share is that I ain't gonna say who, I ain't gonna reveal that unless they want me to, unless I get a green light. But these guys are gonna be presenting a lot of cool opportunities down the road for athletes and springboarding from the summer kickoff, because this is an annual event and it's here to stay. And this is the opportunity that I like to provide for each athlete. For those of you who are like, what is this event that he keeps talking about? Where can I find more information? Don't worry. Here you go. Summer Kickoff. That QR code will bring you to the event page. All the information that I'm talking about, all the sponsors that I'm highlighting, I'll connect you with them right there in the event page. Please go ahead and follow it. Check it out. Mark yourself going. I know I've noticed on the event page, it says like interested and it doesn't give you an opportunity to go. You got to click into the event, open up the event page, and then mark yourself going. That will make it change. So that way we get a better number of who's going to be there and how much food I can get and bring for everybody. So I guess I've waited long enough. I've teased it long enough. What we're going to do a little bit differently this year is an overall. At the end of the tournament, the first place winners will have an opportunity to face each other. And they're going to face each other starting from heavy to light. Now, most overalls that I've heard until recently just involve the pros. I'm going to open up to the amateurs as well. So if you place in the amateurs, you will have a chance to show your might, show your mettle, test yourself against the pros. Maybe you're teetering on the edge or, hey, am I ready to jump into the pro division? Well, this is your opportunity to do so. And not only is it your opportunity to do so, but the one single overall winner for the right-handed, forgive me, it's a little big. This I would have to ship to Puerto Rico probably. I don't know if you could take this on the airplane. We'll be receiving
Whoa.
hammer.
A big hammer.
So this is going to be the summer kickoff hammer for the overall that I am going to be giving away to the winner. Banff Hammer is the one who makes this. They are sponsoring the event by giving this away. It is 5 kgs, but this thing is its own tire and sledge, if you think about it, because it's made out of a very hard tire-style rubber that you can slam right into your concrete floor without worrying about it. You can do all your mace-style workouts. I know you've seen recently a video on my Instagram and my stories, me posting something where I'm focusing on my grips because it's got a knob handle. So this right here will be the overall winner's prize. You've seen it here first, ladies and gentlemen. I really am excited to offer this as an award. I'm not calling this a legacy hammer. This is what I would consider the pit boss's hammer, because we're coming to the pit, and this is the pit boss's hammer. And I think I'm going to take it to an engraver. I'm going to get engraved Summer Kickoff 6 on the handle itself, so you know where you got it from, and you can let everyone else know where you got it from.
Amazing, that amazing. In my opinion, this is gonna be the best kickoff, right? Are you agree with me?
Oh, without a doubt. I pulled all
By
the
far.
stops. Well, here's the thing. When I found out the number of Puerto Ricans that were coming, I got touched in the heart by it, because I realized I was looking back in all the events that Puerto Rico has been a part of and affiliated with, and I've seen the energy down in Puerto Rico, but I've never seen this number. So we're going to make history at this event for multiple different reasons, but one of them, it's going to be the largest showing of Puerto Rico in the United States.
Yep,
The
I agree.
largest showing of Puerto Rico, which I think, it's time. It's time for the world to see
Yep.
what Puerto Rico can do. And, it's time for the youth like yourself, Winston, to be shown off to the world. It's time. It's time to get the exposure we all deserve. And I am floored that you guys are making this the reality, because I couldn't do it without you guys. I have the dream, I have the vision, but you guys are helping me put it into action. And, people always joke, Dan, you have a dream catcher on one arm, but they call you the nightmare. So I had to balance things out. And you made this nightmare's dream come true. And I'm so freaking happy to make this a reality for multiple people, because we got people not just from Puerto Rico, not just who have traveled and trained in Ohio. We have people from Florida, people from South Carolina, North Carolina coming up. We got people from Colorado. We have people from all over New England coming down. Some people from Canada. Our co-main event, I'm able to put Madison Lynn and Sarah Wilson on the map. They've been wanting a match for God knows how long, and they can actually have one now, which I'm looking forward to seeing that one. And Lucky's match. Lucky's going to be on the super card, on the super match card as well. So I personally am so freaking grateful for each and every one of you for being a part of this. Just a quick little reminder to let people know of other events that are happening. The 18th, Steve Fernandez is going to be having an event. It is going to be the Throwback Throwdown. It's going to have an interesting concept that he's putting out, like medals and awards from previous events that people didn't have the opportunity. You have a second chance to win, right? It's kind of cool. And then we got the Natty Bros, who has their Armed Conflict event on the 25th. And then also on the 25th is Nationals in Ohio. Myself, Jody, Alexis, Eric, and Shiyu are going to be going down over there. And also Michael Watson will be going down, as well as Ben Hughes from Florida. I know those are the guys who I know who are definitely going to be there, but countless more are going to be there as well. And that's it for April, for the rest of April. I will say, I'm touched. I'm touched by the energy you guys have in the group chat that we have. If that's any testament to what the energy is going to be at the event, oh man, I think we might break Long Island.
I'm telling you, have security over there.
My cross the street neighbor is security, so I might have to hire him.
Oh man! Oh yeah, let me ask you this: Steve is gonna be on the event, right?
Unfortunately, Steve Fernandez is not going to be there. He has a
What?
wedding. He has a wedding to go to, and I told him, tell him to bring the wedding to the event.
That's unacceptable, man.
I was very sad to hear that. But I wish him the best, at the wedding, and be safe and have fun. Nothing but love for that dude. And then also, anybody who's competing, I know it's the East versus West in Germany, but they're going to be playing the East versus West event at his tournament. I can't make it because I'm going to be going to do. I'm going to be doing a Boy Scouts thing in the morning, so unfortunately I can't make it to that. But I will, for anybody who can't make it to Steve's event, please feel free to hit me up, because I will be putting it up in here in the pit. I'm not touching my elbow to the table because I'm going to be resting up for nationals. Like Adam was saying, like Vince was saying, my training has been on point. I got one more day of table time, and then I'm done. I've been working like a dog, and you know, I've been focusing a lot on the hand, and rest is going to be the best thing for me afterwards.
Awesome. Good luck, brother.
Thank you. So before we close things out, I do want to ask Winston, what does your recovery look like these days and age?
I have fully taken on the Devin Larratt style of just pumping fluids
Blood
through
flow.
and, you know, thumb, everything, like just completely hitting high rep, you know, rehab. And
Okay,
that's been great for me. I've been loving it.
good, nice. What about you, Adam? What's your recovery regimen looking like?
Actually, I'm doing the same, man. I'm doing this high rep intensity for rehab, also ice sometimes, but most likely hundreds of reps. Here at home, Tom, with this ball, you know, stuff like that. We're only 5 pounds, like doing maybe thousands of reps between different exercise.
I will tell you guys, do yourself a favor. Go to the Grip Deck website now, because when it comes to recovery, you say you guys want to get blood to your arms and to your hands. This thing does it better than anything else, because think about it. If you're squeezing your hand, you're bringing blood to your hand, right? So you can do this while you're watching TV. Or you can bring it to a movie theater without looking like a weirdo. You can still be, you know, training your arms. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
one of the cool developments that he's got on it. Let me see. Oh yeah, I do actually have. One of the coolest developments that he's got on the Grip Deck. I got the Monster Factory edition because I just happen to love the color green. He does have it in black as well, but he can put it onto a handle. You know what? Hang on. I'm doing this wrong. See what I'm talking about with this screw? The screw takes forever. It's such a pain in the ass. Right? But these are nice spacers so it doesn't wobble too much on the bar. But so this thing was Arm Sports, I think. This one is the new one. Oh wow. The handle, you know how sometimes the handle feels a little heavy in the hand? This thing does not feel heavy. That pops out super easy. I love that. Like, but it's not like too easy where it's gonna be like fall right out. Ooh boy. All right, so as you can see, I think I found my new favorite handle. I love how that feels in the hand because it feels like a hand trying to rip my hand open as I'm curling it in. So even though I'm curling it in, because you gotta, you know, I'm compressing it right now, right? Curling it in and doing a cup that replicates. Ooh, I love that feel. Zach Sturgeon, everybody, from Grip Deck. Amazing work, man. Quality work. The 3D printing feels robust. It feels strong and secure. It's gonna definitely level up anybody's training regimen. Literally, let me throw out the QR code. I know the link is pinned. The link's on screen. I can't promote this boy enough. This is his logo too. You know, I'm rocking the shirt. The gear is next level. Definitely next level. Well worth it. Well worth the investment. He was always running specials as well on Etsy or on TikTok. Just check him out, guys. All right. Can't speak enough good things about it. Yes, it does. It does give the right kind of resistance and the right kind of vectors, like you're clamping on someone's hand. It's not. It doesn't feel like it's too much. It doesn't. And the cool thing is, with it, just so you guys know, I don't know if you know, there's bands on here you can take off or put on more as you find fit. If you're one of those guys that has like insane crushing strength, and you're going to want more bands. If you don't have that much crushing strength, but you want to build it up, you can start off light and work your way up and build up from there. So it's like it creates a whole new way to work out, in my opinion. Other than what I've covered, do you guys have any questions for me?
No, nothing.
Just one question, just to make sure, the super match are going first, right? And
Yes.
then the tournament.
Yes.
How many tables you plan to have for the tournament?
I'm going to have 2 tables of tournament. We're going to have the pros and the amateurs going on simultaneously.
Okay.
And then because that will help out with the speed of the tournament.
Yep.
And then we will. Yes, it does help with damage, which is key in arm wrestling. And then we'll jump right into the overall on one table. That way, it's not that we have any time constraints, but nobody wants to be sitting around watching a tournament for too long. And it's going to be with a MAC event. I know you guys, I know Winston, you've experienced MAC. Adam, you have yet to experience MAC. MAC is one of the fastest moving events. There's no setup games. There's no too much loading time. Just close your hands, close your thumbs, don't move, go. Fast. And it's set very quickly and it moves on to the next one. So it's no nonsense. I love the ability that this organization has created for Ian Carnegie has created for this entirety of a form of arm wrestling. Has been tremendous. It's one of my favorite formats.
Awesome. Love it.
Again, let's go ahead and show off this overall. So for the overalls, it's going to be from from heavy to light pros, and then from heavy to light AMs. Everybody who gets first place will be able to win this and bring this home. This is a 2.5 foot. I don't think I can fit this whole thing on the screen, can I? There we go. It's 2.5 feet long. And it is 5 kg, which comes out to about 11 pounds. Thing's amazing. I almost landed on my laptop. That would have been good. Yeah. So who's worthy to be the pit boss? Right? Yeah, Kong. There's only one. There's only one that you got to win. Only one. You got to win the overall in the tournament. And I'm only going to be doing it. So because I only have one, I'm going to be doing this for the right-handed overall. So I'm sorry, left-handers. I apologize. I might have something else for you guys. It's not going to be this though, but I might have something. I don't know yet. We'll find out soon enough. Let's see. We got Kong in the chat. What's up, Kong? How's it going?
Brother, Kong. That's my training partner.
That's his training. That's why he's so powerful. This dude's a super heavyweight with more fire than a freaking volcano.
You say it right, man. You say it right.
Let's see. Before we close out, I do want to run the video again, the promo. I love the promo. I don't know about you guys, but it's one of my favorite things of this whole entire thing.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Summer Kickoff 6. Mac Challenges Series. Thumbs, hands, don't move, go! Don't move, go! Go! Don't move, go! Speedo on skin, chalk in the air. Step to the table if you really dare. Call your match, pick your hand. Only one leaves, you're the winner. Pressure hits when the crowd gets loud. No backing down when you're in this crowd. Built from pain, grip don't slip. All gas, no brakes. Enter the pen. Heartbeat pounding, no escape. try, make it quick.
Man, I love
So
that.
sick. So sick. I love it. I'm super excited, Dan. Can't wait.
So, gentlemen, I really do appreciate you guys being on the show with us tonight. Tell everyone where they can follow you.
So you can follow me on Instagram, my name, Winston McLymont, and and on Facebook as well.
What about you, Adam?
You can follow our page, No Team Arm Wrestling League in Facebook, No Team Arm Wrestling League in Instagram. Adam Hernandez, or I have a different name, but just follow Arm Wrestling, No Team Arm Wrestling League, and you will find me there.
There you go. There you guys have it. So next episode, it's going to be a little bit of a break between now and then. We are going to be taking a break until April 19th. We got Lucky and Aiden joining us. Be sure to tune in. It is going to be on a Sunday night at 7 o'clock. So it's the 19th. I look forward to seeing each and every one of you guys in the chat. Please bring your friends, your family, share, like, subscribe to the YouTube channel because, oh, I almost forgot. Please, I'm trying to push everyone to like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. I'm almost at 500. I'm not even at 500 yet. I would love to see that number rise. Please help me out there, guys. I'm not monetized there, but it would be nice, if I can get monetized before the Summer Kickoff event. Watch all my videos, watch all these videos, watch the shorts. We'd be really happy to see all this grow, because all that does is gives me more opportunities to get to you guys. That being said, I appreciate the opportunity to collaborate and pull together with you guys and everyone who's been watching at home. Stay tuned for the next one. Much love.